Hello and welcome to another BV Maths video. Today we're going to be going over frequency polygons, which is a grade 2 GCSE maths topic. Just bear in mind that this is an EdXL topic only, so therefore if you're not on EdXL, you do not have to watch this because you will not be marked on this at all. So let's go into this question. So we've got the table shows some information about the height of 60 plants. We've got our intervals here. So 8 plants were between 20 and 30 centimeters. 13 plants were more than 30 but less than or equal to 40 centimeters, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have a look at our graph, and we're going to go. Our first interval is 20 to 30, and we're going to go to the midpoint of that interval. So that would be 25, and we'd go up to a frequency of 8 and draw a little X on here. Again, go from 30 to 40, midpoint is 35, and let's go up to a frequency of 13. 40 to 50, our frequency would be 25, and our midpoint is obviously 45. So let's plot a point there. And then 50 to 60, midpoint is 55, point is 10, point there. And then 60 to 70, our midpoint is 65, and our frequency is 4, so point there. And all we're going to do is we're just going to match up our points. It's not going to be a curved line, it's going to be straight, and hopefully you should be using a ruler. Unlike me, who isn't, yours should be a lot nicer looking than mine, even though I've not done that bad of a job on this, to be fair. And this is our graph. We don't connect these 2 points here to make it a polygon per se, but we just connect our points from left to right and it should look something like that. Another question here, draw a frequency polygon. I think this is relatively quite easy. However, these error intervals are a little bit different to the other ones, a little bit harder to gauge. So we've got a interval of 10 to 14 there. So that's 10, this will be 14 here. Our midpoint would be 12, and our frequency is 2. So our frequency is going to look a little bit like this, because obviously this is 5, so then the halfway point would be 2.5. 14 to 18, so this would be 18. Our midpoint is going to be 16, and our frequency is 5. So let's plot a point there. 18 to 22, so 18 is here, 22 is going to be here. Our midpoint therefore is 20, and our frequency of 12 is going to be here. A bit of a steep increase there. Our next interval is 22 to 26, so 22 to 26. Our midpoint will be 24, and our frequency is 8. So our frequency is going to look like this point here. And then finally, we've got 26 to 30 and a frequency of 3. So it will be a point here. And again, what we're going to do is we're just going to connect up our points. Again, a little bit neater than what I've done to look something like so. Again, I'm not going to go through plotting it that much, as I think it's not incredibly difficult to plot these points. So 10 to 20, our frequency is going to be 8, so that's going to look like this. 20 to 30, 14, so that's going to look like that. 30 to 40 is going to be 16, so therefore it's going to look a little bit like this. The lines on this graph are horrendous, by the way. 40 to 50 is going to be 6, so that's going to look something like this. And then 50 to 60, our frequency is 2, so it's going to look a little bit like this. And we've got some questions below. So for B, we've got write down the modal class interview. So if you've gone through our averages video, you should know that modal is our most common. Okay, so basically what we're going to look for is which of these intervals or class intervals is most common. So which one has the highest frequency, which is going to be this one. So therefore our modal class interval is going to be 30 or greater than 30 and less than or equal to 40. And that is all we write. We don't write 16 because it's asking us for the modal class interval. One of the office workers is chosen at random. Work out the probability that this office worker took more than 40 minutes to get to the office. So more than 40 minutes, how many workers took more than 40 minutes? So it would be in this category here. It would be 6 plus 2, which is 8, out of how many overall? So we'll add all these together. So 4 plus 8 is 12, plus our 14 is going to be 26, plus our 16 is going to be 42, and then 50. So it's going to be 8 over 50, which will simplify down to being 4 over 25. If you're unsure about how I've got that specifically, have a look at our probability video that we literally just uploaded before this. So this is a question for you to try. Pause video here and I'll go through the answer in just a second. Okay, so your answer should be as follows. Should have a point on 2 kilograms of weight and a frequency of 10. You should have a midpoint of 6 here going up to a frequency of 17. A midpoint of 10 going up to a frequency of 28. A midpoint of 14 going up to a frequency of 25. And a midpoint of 18 going up to a frequency of 20. And then obviously you should be connecting all of your points using a ruler and looking a little something like this and a little bit neater. Again, give this question a go. Pause the video here and I'll go through the answer in just a second. Okay, so your answer here, your midpoint for the first class interval should be 105, going up to a frequency of 5. Your second one is a midpoint of 115, going up to a frequency of 9. Your third class interval is going to be a midpoint of 125 and a frequency of 14, so that should be like so. The fourth class interval is going to have a midpoint of 135 and a frequency of 24. And then your final class interval is a median of 145 and a frequency of 8. And again, you should be connecting all of your points together using a ruler, like so. And this should be your last question to give a go. I'm not going to go over A. You should be fine with that now. However, I will be going through B and C with you. So pause the video here and I'll go through the answer in just a second. Okay, so your first answer should be that your modal class interval is going to be greater than or equal to 0 and less than 10. And your answer for C should be 32 over 56, simplifying down to being 4 over 7. So if you want to give more questions like this a go, have a look at our worksheets on our website. If you're looking at being tutored at all, look at ways to contact us down in the description. And thank you very much for watching.